Welcome to America, land of the free, home of the absurd rent prices. In this video, we're diving into the cities that are living the dream, as long as your bank account is also living large. From $30 salads in New York to closet-sized apartments in San Francisco that cost more than a Tesla, we're breaking down the places that are paradise for the rich and a punchline for the rest of us. So grab your emotional support latte, and let's tour the cities where being broke feels like a full-time job with no benefits. San Francisco, heaven with a trust fund, hell without one. The city where tech billionaires sip oat milk lattes with a view of the Golden Gate, while someone else sleeps in a tent just down the hill. If you're rich, it's paradise. Think rooftop parties in Soma, self-driving cars, and apps that walk your dog and file your taxes. But if you're poor, good luck. A shoebox studio runs $3,000 a month without a bathroom. Public transit? It'll get you there eventually. Want to own a home? You're only one lottery win away. This is a city where Whole Foods is security guards, and the startup next door sells AI that replaces jobs people here desperately need. Beautiful? Absolutely. Brutal? Also yes. San Francisco is proof that you can have fog, fortune, and ferocious inequality all in one postcard-perfect frame. So, visit if you must, but bring cash, lots of it, or a tent, just in case. New York City, the dream that'll drain you. New York City, the concrete jungle where dreams are made of, and so are nightmares, if your bank account isn't stacked. If you're rich, life's a movie. You got a doorman, a Peloton, and a view of Central Park from your $12 million penthouse. Dinner is truffle pasta in Soho, and your dog wears better outfits than most humans. But if you're broke, welcome to a fifth-floor walk-up with 3 roommates and a mouse named Greg. Your park view is someone else's fire escape. You work 2 jobs just to afford rent, and still end up eating dollar pizza under a billboard advertising caviar. The city's magic is real. Broadway lights, late-night energy, endless opportunity. But the price tag is savage. In New York, the sky's the limit. Unless you're on the subway, stuck between delays, wondering if that second job will cover your Metro card. It's the dream, just not always yours. Los Angeles, where the sun shines on the rich and everyone else gets burned. Welcome to Los Angeles, where it's 75 and sunny, and everyone's an actor, influencer, or at least pretending to be. If you're rich, LA is a playground. You're sipping green juice in Malibu, stuck in traffic inside a Bentley, and your personal trainer has a personal chef. But if you're poor, that same traffic feels like a second job. The rent's higher than your hopes, and you're living 30 miles from your job in a closet labeled Junior One-Bedroom. Public transit exists, technically, but you'll need 2 buses, a train, and divine intervention to get anywhere on time. In L.A., the wealth gap is wider than the 405 at rush hour. The Hollywood sign may sparkle, but the tent cities just down the street tell a different story. It's a city of dreams, golden for the few, gritty for the rest. Come for the sun, stay because you can't afford to leave. Miami, hot, flashy, and totally unaffordable. Miami, where the sun is hot, the nightlife's hotter, and the rent will absolutely burn you alive. If you're rich, it's a tropical paradise. You got a waterfront condo, a yacht named Tax Haven, and a tan that costs more than someone's monthly groceries. But if you're not, get ready to sweat, literally and financially. Affordable housing is vanishing faster than your paycheck, and wages here are so low, even your side hustle needs a side hustle. Sure, the beaches are free, but parking near them isn't. And while the city's glittering skyline screams luxury, just a few blocks away, folks are hustling hard just to afford groceries and avoid flooding in their living rooms. Miami is fun, flashy, and full of flavor, but also full of inequality. It's paradise if you've got money. If not, you're just trying to stay afloat, literally and metaphorically. Welcome to the Magic City. Bring shades and a side gig. Seattle, tech dreams and tent cities. Seattle, the land of lattes, laptops, and layered inequality. If you're rich, it's a dream. You've got a 6-figure tech job, a smart home in a smart neighborhood, and your golden doodle wears a raincoat more stylish than yours. But if you're poor, that rain isn't poetic. It's soaking your sleeping bag. Rents are blasted into orbit, and even basic housing is out of reach for many. The city that birthed Amazon now feels like it's prime-delivered gentrification to every block. Sure, the views are gorgeous. Mount Rainier, Puget Sound, $20 avocado toast. But the wealth gap is wider than Lake Washington. Public transit tries, but hills and high costs hit harder when you're barely scraping by. Seattle has soul, scenery, and startups, but it's also got skyrocketing prices and a homelessness crisis in plain sight. It's a tale of two Seattles. One drinks nitro cold brew. The other just needs a warm place to sleep. Austin, Texas. Keep it weird and wildly expensive. Welcome to Austin, where the tacos are legendary, the music never stops, and the rent just doubled while you were reading this. If you're rich, you're living the dream. Custom-built home with hill country views, brunching downtown, and riding your e-scooter to your startup's rooftop happy hour. But if you're broke, you're stuck in traffic on I-35, commuting an hour from somewhere you can afford, and watching your favorite food truck get replaced by a luxury condo. Austin used to be the quirky, affordable haven for artists, musicians, and misfits. Now it's tech bros, Teslas, and a housing market that thinks it's San Francisco with a cowboy hat. Sure, the vibes are still strong. Live music, riverside hangs, breakfast tacos for days. But for low-income residents, the cost of staying weird is getting weirdly impossible. Austin's booming, just not for everyone. Keep it weird? More like keep it if you can afford it. Boston, Massachusetts, wicked smart and wicked expensive. Boston, where history oozes from the cobblestones, accents are thick, and the rent is wicked high. If you're rich, life's pretty sweet. You're walking to work in the seaport, brunching in Beacon Hill, and your kid's already on the Harvard waitlist at age 3. But if you're not, welcome to the grind. A tiny studio costs more than your degree, assuming you can even afford one. Good luck finding parking or a decent-paying job that doesn't require one of those wicked smart diplomas. This is a city of revolution, innovation, and now gentrification. Neighborhoods once full of working-class families are now overflowing with luxury condos and $18 lobster rolls. Boston's got charm, brains, and brutal winters, and somehow the coldest thing is the housing market. It's a great place to live if you've got money. If you don't, you might still love it from about 45 minutes outside the city. Washington, D.C. Power, privilege, and priced out. Welcome to Washington, D.C., where power suits strut past monuments, and every third person claims they know someone on the Hill. If you're rich, you're living in a Georgetown brownstone, networking over craft cocktails, and calling your senator by their first name. But if you're not, it's a very different capital. Rents are sky high. Gentrification's in full swing, and even lifelong residents are getting pushed out faster than a bad bill in Congress. D.C. is a city of contradictions. World-class museums are free, but groceries that cost a small fortune. The skyline is low, but the cost of living? Sky high. The jobs are plentiful, if you've got the right connections or an alphabet soup of degrees. From marble halls to metro delays, D.C. dazzles and frustrates in equal measure. It's where influence flows freely, and so does inequality. Great place to visit your rep, tough place to pay rent.